about the policies. We stop there.
Yes. So what is policy?
It's a rule.
How many types of policies are there?
Where centralized policy.
Centralized policy, localized policy, control policy, and data
Data policy.
policy. Right? Policy is the main beauty of SD-WAN. If you remember, I had told you in the last class, and policy is the main reason why SD-WAN is so popular WAN technology. There is no any limitation of policy. Whatever you can think, you can implement. So I think in this topology we don't have any policy right now. If there is any policy, first of all I will deactivate that, and once I will deactivate that, my SD-WAN topology will be on default. And now I am expecting you all guys should know the at least default behavior. Forget about the policy, you will learn policy, but you can only learn the policy if you are very familiar with default behavior. So run VPN 512. My IP address is not here, so interface description. IP address on it 0, interface is 1.8. Management IP address, let me access it here. Admin.
Sorry to interrupt. Please make sure recording has started.
Yes, recording is started. Keep yourself on mute if there is noise from your side. Recording is started. Go to policies and check. Yes, one policy is there. Let me check this policy is activated or deactivated. So this policy is deactivated right now, right? You can see here activated, false. Okay, I can keep it or I can delete it for now. I think this is my hub and spoke topology. I had also told you one thing, that for now we are learning control policy, and on Cisco we called control policy to the topology. Topology means control policy on Cisco we manage, and data policy means traffic rule. And then both are categorized into centralized and localized. If centralized policy is going to affect entire fabric and localized policy is going to affect local WAN is device, right? So see, if I don't have any policy, that means, my god, that means if I don't have any policy, and let's suppose all the WAN devices has TLOC and one route 1 is connected with VS1 and one TLOC 1. For VS2 we have route 2 TLOC 2, VS3, VS4. We have only 4 VS. So route is the service side prefix, and these are the TLOC means transport side. VPN 0, 4. Here we have route 3 and route 4. We have TLOC 1, TLOC 2, TLOC 3, TLOC 4. So what is the default behavior? All the WAN devices, let's suppose VS1 is going to advertise their TLOC 1 to the VSmart, TLOC 1 to the VSmart, and VSmart will advertise it to all other VSs, VS2, VS3 and VS4. Similarly, VS1 is also going to advertise route 1 service side route to the VSmart, and VSmart is going to advertise it to other VSs. VS2 is going to advertise their TLOC and their service side route to the VSmart through OMP protocol, and VSmart will advertise to other side to VS1, VS3 and VS4. VS1, VS3 and VS4. VS3 is also going to advertise their TLOC 3 to VS1,
2,
4.
and 4. This is VS3. Similarly, VS3 is going to advertise their route as well. Route 1, route 3 to VS1, VS2 and VS3. And then finally,
No, here sir, V1, V2, V2. Yes, correct.
and then finally VS4. VS4 is going to advertise TLOC 4 and route 4, which is service side route, to the VS Mart, and VS Mart will advertise it to VS1, 2 and 3 and 3. Done. So VS1 is going to learn TLOC 2, TLOC 3 and TLOC 4. Similarly, route 2, route 3 and route 4. This is the default behavior, and through policy we can control it. So now you tell me, if I want hub and spoke topology here, today I am not going to use the default topology which is available on vManage. I am going to create my own hub and spoke topology. My own hub and spoke topology. So tell me how I can do that. How I can create hub and spoke topology. Or let's suppose I don't want to change the topology. Means topology, if you want to change the topology, you want to create hub and spoke. That means you want to block some T-lock between the branches. You don't want to advertise T-lock. Let's suppose I want T-lock as it is. Right? Means all the branches should have IPsec with each other. They should have IPsec with each other. If I will talk about the IPsec, so this is going to be my IPsec. One IPsec here, 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 one IPsec here. But I want to change the routing behavior, right? I don't want to exchange prefixes directly. Or for the prefixes, I want to change T-lock. I want B2B communication, branch to branch through DC. Means if branch 1 is going to send any traffic in branch 2, traffic should first go DC and then it should go to VS3. For this all thing, you will configure policies. First of all, I want hub and spoke topology. So hub and spoke topology is going to be very simple. This is default behavior. So in this behavior, what I can say, that VS1, you will advertise your T-lock to all the VSs, but VS2, you will only advertise your T-lock to VS1. VS3, you will only advertise your T-lock to VS1. VS4, you will only advertise your T-lock to VS1, means to the DC VH only. Correct? If VS1, which is the DC VS, is advertising their T-lock to all other VSs, but branch VSs are only advertising their T-lock to DC. Don't you think this is hub and spoke topology? Yes or no?
Yeah.
This is
Yes, yeah.
This is hub and spoke topology. So simple we can create. If I don't want to change the topology, I only want to change the route, right? For VS1, you are advertising route 1 to VS2, VS3 and VS4. I will say VS2, you are advertising route 2 to all the VSs. So I can say, hey VS Smart, when you will advertise route 2 to VS3 and VS4, just change the T-lock from T-lock 2 to T-lock 1. Then what will happen? Don't you think I will achieve branch to branch communication through DC? For route 2, if I am going to change the T-lock 2 to T-lock 1, see what is happening right now. Route 1 or route 2. Route 2 is connected on VS2. VS2 is advertising it to VS Smart, and VS Smart is advertising it to VS1, VS3 and VS4. With what T-lock? With what T-lock? With T-lock 2. All these VNS devices will receive route 1 with T-lock, route 2 with T-lock 2, correct, which is the T-lock of VS2, right? If you want to change the T-lock in the route, you can say, hey VS Smart, change the T-lock from T-lock 2 to T-lock 1, then your traffic will go to DC, right? Means branches will have route of each other, but not with their own T-lock, with the T-lock of DC. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, you're correct.
This is going to be my policy. This way I will configure policy. Right now on the VS Smart, let's suppose I am going to apply policy on VS Smart. So I have two choice. I can apply policy on VS Smart in either in direction or direction. Means, hey VS Smart, when you will receive route 2 from VS2, then change the T-lock. Or hey VS Smart, when you will advertise route 2 to these vanished devices, change T-lock. Yes or no?
One quick question, sir.
Go ahead.
Can you tell me, can you please repeat what are the route 1, route 2, and route 3 and route 4, please? I just missed that piece.
Like this is the route 1, 192.168.1.0, which is connected in service side.
Okay, okay.
So I am considering this as route 1 and these prefixes as route 2, route 3, route 4, like this.
Okay, got it. Thanks.
Okay, so right now I don't have any policy on my vManage, and before policy we had discussed group of interest, right? For now in group of interest, I only need site list, right? See how many sites are there? 4 sites. And how many types of sites are there? So 2 types of sites are there, DC and branches. DC and branches. So see, if I want B2B communication through DC, or before that, let me do one thing. Let me create one hub and spoke topology with custom control. In the policy, I had told you one more thing, that there are 3 types of rules. One is called T-lock rule, if you want to control T-lock. Then a route rule, if you want to control route. And one last one is default action. Default, right? Like if any T-lock will not match in your T-lock route, or any route will not match in your route rule, then that will go in default action. And by default action is reject, right? I will keep the default action reject only. So see, on my vManage, if I am going to create one policy, very simple policy, and side for side I have 2 types of 2 side list, one with name DC, one with name branches. In DC side list I have matched side ID 100. In branches I have matched side ID 1, 2 and 3. Side ID in branch 1, side ID in branch 2 and branch 3. Okay, that is sufficient. Just go next, and here is the topology. You can create topology. Right now, do you have any topology? Existing topology you can find here. Yes, you can see one hub and a spoke topology is there. Another option to create topology is from here. You can control from the custom option. Custom option, and you can see I have 2 options, centralized and localized. Under centralized I can create topology. Under localized you can see we have different terms like CLI policy, list, QS, forwarding class, access control list, and route policy. Under centralized policy we talked about topology, we talked about list in the last class. And now let me create one simple topology for you. Add topology, and I am not going to create this hub and spoke. You going to use this default hub and spoke topology. There are 3 options. By default, one hub and spoke topology exists on your vManage, one full mesh topology exists on your vManage, and here is a custom control option where you can create your own topology, right? Under hub and spoke, just you need to define hub side and spoke side. Automatically it will create hub and spoke topology for you. But I don't want to use that now. We are learning, so to learn, use custom control option. Here I can name this topology to, let's say, hub, um, hub and spoke. In the description also I am going to use same. Now to create rule, you can see by right now I have only one rule, which is default rule, and default action is reject in the default route. Means everything is rejected. If you will activate this policy on VS Smart, everything will reject it. All the sites will become unreachable. So one by one I am going to configure policy for TLOC, rule for TLOC and route. Click here, sequence type, and select the rule type. You want to get TLOC rule or route rule. So first of all, let me create one TLOC rule, and when you will understand the configuration later, you can understand it in more easy way, that how it works. So I have selected the TLOC rule, and I am going to configure my first rule, sequence rule. I can say match side. Which side? DC side. If this is the side ID of DC, means this is the TLOC of DC, because my rule type is what? TLOC, and side is DC. Means if this is the TLOC of DC, heavy smart, if this is the TLOC of DC, then action, just accept it, done, and save it. What will happen? Automatically TLOC of branches will be rejected, yes or no? Because the TLOC which is not matching in my rule will match in default action, and default action is rejected. That's it. I want only one rule for TLOC. I am not going to create any other rule for TLOC. I have only accept the DC, means VS Smart accept TLOC of DC side. That means automatically reject the TLOC of branches. Done. Then change the rule type and select the route. Select the route, and for now if I will not define any route in this topology, and just I am going to save it. Right, here is my topology is ready. Now if I will activate this policy, then route will not get exchanged between routers. If I will activate this policy, then route is not going to exchange between routers, because all the routes will match in default action. See, for now I am going to activate this policy only, and before activating this policy, let me verify you something. Like on, let's say, branch 1 VS, means on VS2, VS2 is here, VS1 and VS1 host name of two managed devices is same, 4.4.4 and 6.6.6. it should be VS3. Let me change the host name, admin. How I will change the host name? System,
Host system
host name,
host dash name, and put the new host name.
VS3
Yeah.
will commit work. Why
No,
commit?
You need
no,
to.
it's managed by vmanage.
It is managed by
Vmanage.
So from vmanage, how I can change it?
It didn't source that. So
In the template, right? We have
yeah,
configured
template.
these devices through template,
Yeah, template. Yeah,
right? So this template VS configuration, it has 13 feature templates, and it is attached with
key device.
3 managed devices. So what I said, change device value. How you will change? Change device, because edit is going to allow you to edit this template. I don't want to edit anything in template. I want to change the variable value. So change device value, and here in 6.6.6 instead of VS1, I am going to say VS 6.6.6 VS3. 3 and just update it. Next.
No,
Yes.
sir, you accidentally changed the system ID,
IP address, sir. IP
system
address.
IP.
Change this one.
What I change? System IP
You
is
should change the
If you go to the right,
open search. This one open. VH open this topology. And
yeah,
here you
so
change
you
the
change the system IP and
okay.
instead
It
of
should be
changing to
6.6.6.6
yes.
6.
and this
Yes.
should
And
be
then this
VS
one 3. 3.
3. Now okay.
Yes.
Next, confirm and apply it. This was just a mistake, so I am apply the changes. Now I am going to show you IPsec or BFD session on VH2. That VH2 should have full mesh topology. VH2, go to real time and here check BFD session without any filtering. So you can see 2.2.2 sorry, VH2 means 5.5.5 has BFD session with DCVS branch 2 and branch 3. If I will activate this policy, then what will happen? Let me activate it. First I will create the policy. That was my topology, that was not policy. Import existing topology and here I can call my hub and spoke topology. What happened? I think I forget to save that. Custom control. Under custom control, hub and spoke topology there, just import it. So I have imported my topology. Next, application aware routing node. For now, I'm going to say policy or hub and spoke policy. Copy, paste it over here and save it. See, now you will apply it for which site? You will apply it for all the branches because I don't want to change anything on VS1, right? VS1 is my DCVS. VS1 should receive TLOC of VS2, VS3 and VS4. In my policy, I am only allowing TLOC of DC site, means TLOC of VS1. These TLOCs are denied. So if you will apply your policy on VS1, then VS1 will also not receive TLOC of VS2, 3 and 4. I will only apply it for branches, right? In which direction? In odd direction, right? That be AVS smart. When you are going to advertise the TLOC, then use this policy. So let me use it, apply it in odd direction for all the branches, for all branch sites, say add. And for now you can preview it as well. Here you can see multiple rules. Rule number 1 is saying what? Sequence number 1, match TLOC of DC. If this is the DC TLOC, then action accept and default action reject. This is my policy only. My policy is only saying accept the TLOC of DC, nothing else. No any route. Route reject. Default reject means rest everything is reject. And it is applied for these sites. Site ID 1, site ID 2, site ID 3. Let me activate it. And before activating, you can verify this and you can also verify the routing table. IP route. For which VPN? For VPN 1. So filter service VPN, VPN 1. In the routing table, you can see we are learning so many prefixes as well, other side prefixes. These prefixes are coming through OMP protocol. Most of the prefixes are coming from OMP protocol. Now let me activate this policy for you. Activate and then let me show you the result. Policy is getting activated. Just wait. Policy is activated. Now go and refresh this page. Now you can see all the routes. OMP routes is filtered. Right? This vanished device is not learning any route through. OMP means VS Smart is not advertising any route. VS Smart is only advertising what? DCT lock, nothing else. Here you can see OMP T-lock, receive T-lock. Where it is? Receive T-lock. So you can see it is receiving only one T-lock. T-lock of DC side. This is self-advertised T-lock. So branch 1 is now not receiving T-lock of VS3, VS4. Yes or no? That's why they will not have BFD session as well. If you will check BFD session. So now you can see we have only one BFD session as well. And same on VS3 also, same on VS4 also. So branches cannot communicate. Now we want to advertise a route as well. Now this is what? This is hub and spoke topology. This is pure hub and spoke topology. Now you don't have any IPsec between branches. Now we don't have any IPsec between branches. We have all the branch managed devices has IPsec with DC VS, and route is not getting exchange. But tell me one thing, is VS1 receiving routes of branches? Yes or no? Will be VS1 receiving routes from branches?
No.
It should, right?
Absolutely yes. Because my
It should.
policy is not applied on VS1. It is not applied for VS1. For VS1, the behavior is default only. On VS1, if you will check the route or IPsec or BFD session, you will have same output. Here you can see SO or OMP or IP route. Yes, filter it, show me the routing table of VPN1, and you can see the prefixes of all the branches are coming. Right? So DC can send the traffic to branches, but branches cannot send the traffic. Even reply will not come. That's why DC and branches cannot communicate. DC and branches
One
cannot.
quick question.
Yes.
So this VH1 will be considered as like a ASR router, like core router at the branch side. That's how it is going to be.
ASR router.
The So right now VH1 is considered as a core router from the data center side for the all branches.
It is same as it was earlier.
Okay. Okay.
Earlier, if this was CS, then it is going to be CS. If it was VS, it is going to VS. If earlier it was ASR, it will be ASR only. So after applying the policy, how router can change?
No, I think I missed that piece. So thank you.
Now I want DC prefix should be advertised to branches. Now I want to advertise DC route to branches. I need to modify my policy, yes or no?
Yes.
Now you tell me what I need to modify in my policy. I want to advertise DC prefix to branches. Right now, if you will ping, then ping will not work. From here, let's suppose from router number 1, so IP route OSPF, we are not receiving any route, right? On VS, we have route, but ping will not work because reply will not come. So branches cannot talk with DC as well. Now I want to allow the communication. I want to allow communication between DC and branches. What to do?
You have to move out of the
Inbound.
default, stop the reject.
Right? I have to allow DC route as well, like I have allowed the DC T-lock. Like I allow the DC T-lock, similarly I have to allow DC route as well, right? So go to your policy and edit this policy, not policy, topology. Go to topology directly, and this is your topology. Click on this, edit, and create one more sequence type. This time sequence type is going to be route. Under route I am creating one more rule. I am saying match DC side and action accept,
Accept.
and save it, activate it. You can see side by side. Policy and configuration. Okay, no need to see this. If you will preview this policy now, then in the policy you will find that now we are also allowing the route of DC. Now I said, hey VSmart, match route of DC side and match TLOC of DC side and action accept. And I have applied that policy in odd direction for all the branches. So simple. Now go to again branch 1 VS1 and check the routing table, IP route, in which VPN, in VPN 1, and see the routing table. Now on 4.4.4 I am on VS1, right? This is VS1. Let me take you to VS2. On VS2, so IP route in VPN 1, you can see you are only receiving DC route through OMP protocol. Yes or no? Only DC. And one default route is also coming from DC.
OMP.
One default route is also
DC.
coming from DC.
DC.
So now can branch 1 and branch 2 communicate with each other? Can branch 1 and branch 2 communicate with each other? Now on router number 1, if you will check the routing table of OSPF, you can see one default route and the LAN prefix of DC side is coming. That's it, nothing else. Question is, can branch 1 and branch 2 communicate?
I don't see routes.
So default route is here. It can forward traffic
Yes.
to the VS1, and VS1 has all the individual routes of branch 2, branch 3 and branch 1. So I think yes, communication should work. Yes or no? Because see what will happen here, if I am going to, let's say, ping 192.168.20.1 from source 192.168.10.1. Source destination. How router forward traffic? Router is going to compare destination IP with routing table. We have learned this in routing switching. So IP route 192.168.20.1. Route is not there, but default route is present in the routing table. So based on default route, it will forward traffic to 11.1, means VS2. VS2 will receive traffic on which interface? On G0/1. G0/1 is a part of which VPN?
VPN 1.
VPN 1. So it is going to check their routing table of VPN 1. VS2 is going to check their routing table of VPN 1. Admin and admin. So IP route VPN 1. In VPN 1, there is one default route. There is no any individual route present, right, for 20.1. But default route is there. So traffic will match in default route and it will forward traffic to whom? To this TLOC, to the DC TLOC, correct? It will send traffic to DC TLOC, to VS1. And VS1 has all the individual route in their routing table. VS1 has admin. So IP route. And one more thing, here there will be one label of VPN 1, right? When VS2 is going to forward this traffic to VS1 through transport side, then there will be label of VPN 1 label. That label will identify the VPN ID. that this traffic belongs to which VPN. In
Hello.
VRF, how we identify which traffic belongs to which VRF?
Hello.
Yes?
Yes, sir. Sorry to interrupt you, but I'm confused. So I'm lost.
No problem. Wait, you will be on the track. Wait for some time. So there will
Can
be,
you repeat that question, please?
he's saying he is confused.
Yeah, so I
No,
just
no,
want
your question, sir. Sorry, your question,
I
sir.
want to ask one question.
My question is
So
how router will identify that this traffic belongs to which VPN?
Through VRF.
Yeah, through in the VRF we have what?
VPN is VRF.
VPN is VRF. In
I
the
ID I
RD
the
value and
VRF
RT value,
tag. Yes, yes,
route
yep.
distinguisher.
VRF tags. Yes.
Similarly, when we will discuss service insertion, you will see one label will be there for all types of services. Right now we have one service VPN. So for that it will be using some label. Even you can verify that on VS Mart, and you will learn that in service insertion. I will show you. Here we can run command show OMP service. So OMP service. Right now we have only one service, which is IPv4 service. For VPN 1 you can see, and in the routing table of VS1 you can check in the OMP receive route. I think label will be there. So through label, VS1 is going to understand that okay, this traffic is coming from transport side and this traffic belongs to which VPN. OMP received route filter, show me the route of VPN 1.
So
This
the
is,
answer is via label, the router
see, this is what?
DC1 will understand that it's coming from VPN1 on the
This is what?
the
This
edge
is
one.
label of VPN 1,
One.
right? So this way your VS1 is going to identify the VPN ID, and now VS1 is going to compare their routing table, destination IP with their routing table, and in their VPN1 routing table, so IP route VPN1, a route is present for destination IP address 192.168.20.20.0 to forward traffic in this subnet. Here is the TLOC, and already we have IPsec between VS1 and VS3 with this TLOC. So directly VS1 will forward traffic to VS3, VS3 will forward it to router number 2. So branches can communicate because of default out. If DCVH is not advertising any default out, then communication will not work between the branches. So from router number 1 I can test the connectivity once, ping 192.168.20.1 and source 192.168.10.1. If ping is not working, here I have to check R2. So IP route OSPF. This router is also receiving default out. Let me see why ping is not working. Go to R1. Now ping is working, you can see. Just few packet got dropped because of ARP. And if you will trace route 192.168.20.1, source 192.168.10.1 numeric, then you will see your traffic is going to VS2 and VS2 is forwarding it to VS1. This is the LAN interface IP address of VS1 DCVH, and after that DCVH is forwarding it to 12.1, means here on the LAN interface of VS3, and after that my traffic is going to router number 2. So communication is happening through DC. This is B2B communication through DC. Now I am going to remove first default out from the DC, then branches cannot communicate. Let me take you to this vmanage, and on the vmanage go to template, and the template we are advertising one default route, or directly I think this VH is not managed by vmanage. we are managing it through CLI. So run VPN, so run VPN 1. In VPN 1 configuration, you can see there is one default route on which interface? On null 0 interface. I am going to remove it for now. VPN 1, no IP route 0.0.0/0 and null 0 and commit. I have removed the default route. So run VPN 1. You can see the VPN 1 configuration now. Now again, if I will take you to VS2 and if I will show you the routing table of VPN 1, then this time you will not have default route. You can see now default route is not there. Even you can go to router number 1 and check routing table. So IP route, so IP route OSPF. Now we are not learning any default route. So can branch 1 and branch 2 communicate? No, they
No.
can't communicate. Now I want to exchange the prefixes between branches also, but with the TLOC of DC. With the TLOC of DC. Getting my point? First, what we did, first we created hub and a spoke topology with the help of TLOC. Then in the same policy, we advertise DC route. Now I am going to advertise the branches route as well, but with the TLOC of DC. Then we will have pure branch to branch communication through DC. Go to vmanage, go to policy again, and let me create one TLOC list. TLOC list, I can say DC TLOC, and what is the system IP address? 4.4.4. Color, biz internet, encapsulation, IPsec preference. I am not going to use it, leave it on default. Go to your policy, topology. In the topology, here is my hub and spoke topology. Let me edit it and go to route rule. And here see, in the route rule I have only one rule, which is this one, that match DC side route and allow it. Now I am going to create one more rule here. Match side of branches means if this is the route of branches, branch 1, branch 2, branch 3, then action accept, action accept, and then TLOC, set TLOC, DC TLOC. Here you can define the TLOC value as well, like system IP, color and encapsulation, or you can call TLOC list. Let me save it, activate it. After this, what will happen? Branches will be exchanging routes, but with not the TLOC of each other, with the TLOC of, see, policy is again
Data
activated.
center.
Policy is again activated. Go to VS2, what happened? Up to VS2 and IP route in VPN 1, and you can see in VPN 1 routing table 20.0 is coming from site 2. These are the prefixes of site 2, but TLOC is changed. TLOC is changed. Earlier in the default behavior, this 20 prefixes was coming with the TLOC of VS3, if I am not wrong. Yes or no?
Yes.
But now it is coming with TLOC of DC. Similarly,
VH1.
30 prefix, 30.0, 31.0, 32.0, all branches prefix are coming with TLOC of
VH1.
VS1. Right? Now we don't need any default route because we have the individual route. But my traffic will go through hub and spoke, sorry, through DC. Through DC.
Interesting.
So in one policy only I have shown you 3 types of configurations. If you will not allow any route, then all the route will be denied. Only TLOC is allowed. Now, based on your requirement, you can configure policy. Now, Anyone can tell me any requirement, what you want, where you want to route which traffic. Just I need to modify few things in my policy. And if it is okay, then I am going to add one more transport here.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask. Are you adding MPLS transport as well on your topology?
Yeah, I am going to add one more transport here, MPLS.
Thank you.
Any question? Who was saying
Ye-
I am confused?
Yes.
Yes, please
Yeah,
ask
yeah.
now.
Okay, so I was in a worry. So, the first of all, according to your explanation at the first, all one ages are going to establish OMP session through vSmart, right?
Right?
So, as the vSmart is the heart of the SD-WAN, so why we choose one edge to be a hub, the master? Because I was thinking that the all rules are going to configure on the vSmart. So what I'm seeing here, we just choose one edges, we choose it as the master to doing all the session between the others v edge. So I'm confused in that context. That's why I'm very confused, very confused. So I've understand I have understood all your explanation, but the terminology, logically, so I'm confused. I'm confused. Why we are not doing the all policy under the vSmart as the vSmart is, because we said that the vSmart are going to receive the all key logs from the other one edges, and is the one that who are to distribute the session between the one edges. So
Anyone
I'm
have
confused.
understood his question?
Yes, I can allow me, Abdul. I can
Yes.
add some thoughts too.
Yeah.
So initially, what is happening? vSmart was said to be like controller for all VHs, right, sir?
Correct?
You can control all VHs through vSmart. But in this design, when you're explaining, we are modifying everything through like, I mean, the TLOCs are getting modified because of VH1 that is uh, that is controlled by vManage. So what's the purpose of vSmart at this point? Because we are not even touching vSmart at this point.
Exactly. That this is my main point. Exactly. You have understood, my friend.
We are controlling everything and monitoring and configuring through vManage under VH1.
VH1.
Yeah, we are
That's
not doing anything. We're not touching vSmart at this
if
point.
smart.
Well,
So I'm confused. I'm confused. Really, in that point.
Anyone else can explain this?
Okay, so I can tell in a simple term. So forget about you are touching VH or you are touching DC. So you are controlling this on the vManage, putting the policy. I believe Abdul understood about the policy. What Prapul was doing in the hub and spoke topology is trying to allow the routes between DC and the branches. But when you are activating, how you are activating the policy? When you click the button activate, which one is activating the policy? vSmart,
vManage.
right? No, your vSmart. You are controlling your controllers through vManage. Even your vSmart is getting controlled by vManage. When you are activate, click the button activate. It says vSmart will be activating this policy. Ultimately,
There you
your
go.
vSmart
That's
will
my
be
question.
pushing the policy to all your
Policies actually. Yep.
DCs, all your VH devices. So
VHs. Yep.
don't get confused by the term master or slave, something like that. You are playing on the devices through vManage, but your policy activation is happening through ultimately with vSmart. Make
vSmart.
it simple.
Oh, okay. Hmm.
So now, why we are referring every time you are referring to the VH1, VH1, because right now we block the T-lock from the all branches and we use the T-lock from just to VH1.
Hmm.
So in my understanding, it seems that the VH1 is act as a vSmart, my understanding. That's why I'm
No,
confused.
no, 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 no. No, Abdul, vSmart is independent uh, VH service that is working to push the policies across the platform. So you can bring another VH10 into data center, but it will still controlled by vSmart when you're pushing any policies. So it doesn't matter if VH1, we are just pointing VH1 as a one point at this point. You can have multiple, it doesn't matter. But still, everything that will be in data center, if you go through, it will go through vSmart,
Yeah,
as Harish mentioned.
yeah, yeah. So Abdul, you need to decouple. You need to separate, right? So the routers, the edge one, two, three, four, they are the network, right? Network level, right? The vManage, vSmart, and vBond, they are controlling that network, right? So on vManage, you plan your network, right? When you click activate, you give an order to vSmart, hey, go out and apply what I prepare into the vManage, okay?
Okay.
So that's what's happening. And for vBond is, okay, I'm going to add a new device to my topology. Then vBond will say, hey, yeah, your device is allowed to come into the network and tell the vManage, hey, there is a new device. Okay.
Okay.
So
All right.
that's the reason you are also having the control connections to your vSmart every time, right? So
Correct.
that
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah. Thanks.
Thank you.
Done. Done. Any other question?
No.
So now you guys can create hub and spoke topology, as well as you can configure B2B through DC communication. So easy. And in service side, if I have multiple VPN, let's say VPN 1 and VPN 2, then this topology by default, we have full mesh topology for both the VPN. I can create hub and spoke topology for VPN 1 and full mesh topology for VPN 2. Simply you will do one thing here, where I match the side, there you will match VPN also, that side DC and VPN 10, then XN, accept, then XN, accept. So we can have multiple topology here if I have multiple service VPNs. If I have lots of service VPNs, then I can create multiple topologies. To make communication in branch to branch through DC, either you can advertise a default out from the DC side, or you can change the TLOC for branches prefix. Both will work, and you should be able to configure both. And whatever rules you have created, configured, if anything will not match in that rule, then that will match in default action, and default action is rejected. Only three things are there: TLOC rule, route rule, and default rule, default action. Now in my topology I am going to add one more transport, MPLS transport. Let me use router and name MPLS, sorry, 1. Now topology is like this. For a moment I am going to turn off these vanished devices, because I will connect one more link. 0/2. I'm connecting 0/2 with MPLS. If I will use same port, then it will be easy to configure all the devices through template. But
Sir,
here,
do you want to change edge side from ETH0 also?
okay, here it is, it's
Yeah,
0.
right there. Yeah.
This should be, I want to change here this side 0/2.
Yeah.
And which routing protocol you want to configure over MPLS? Our internet, we are running default route, right? Similarly, for the routing, we have to configure any routing protocol here.
Can we do OSPF?
Yes, OSPF, BGP, any.
Since we already running this on the service VPN OS, let's prefer BGP if it's okay.
Let's run BGP then. And what subnet let me use? 10.1.1.0/20, 10.1.1.0/24 here, 10.1.2.0/24 over here, 10.1.3.0/24, and before that let me turn on these devices as well because it will be booting. In my existing topology, I am adding one more transport. What happened to my VS3? So for MPLS, first of all, let me configure the MPLS router. IP address is on MPLS, and I am going to enable BGP. Let's enable BGP autonomous system based on side ID. Like in branch 1, I will configure BGP S number 1. In branch 2, BGP S number 2. If you will configure iBGP, then you have to configure route reflector. You know this. Whatever an MPLS router is taking time. Here on the router, just I need to modify template. Go to templates. Under feature template, I am going to add one more interface in VPN 0. So I already have internet interface. I am going to make duplicate copy of this feature template. Let me change the name, MPLS interface. MPLS interface, and let me edit it. Interface is 0/2, the 0/2 connected to MPLS. IP address is going to be static or dynamic. Static. This interface will be tunnel interface or not? G0/2. Yes, it is in VPN 0
Yes.
only. This is connected to transport. So yes, this interface will be tunnel interface. Color is going to be MPLS. Restriction on. Okay. Rest everything will be same. Just update it. Right, and in the device template, I am going to add one more feature template. Edit this device template, go to VPN 0, and under VPN 0, one more VPN interface, and let me call MPLS interface and update it. Update, and here you have to configure now. Okay, here I have not changed the name. Just 1 minute. Go to feature template and MPLS interface, edit, and name for IP, MPLS IPv4 address. Okay, Any other variable? No, just update it. And guys, one more thing, you need to configure BGP. You need to configure BGP, so you need one more template. Let me add one more feature template for VS Cloud and to configure BGP protocol. BGP template, BGP config. BGP should be no shutdown. ES number, let me use ES number 500, any ES number. Router ID, I am leaving out it on default. ES path, no, everything will be on default. Default address family, you can add address family IPv4. Unicast address family, it is not here. Network, are you going to advertise any prefix in BGP on vanished devices? No need. No need to advertise, because I will advertise it on MPLS and MPLS will advertise it too. This VS1 should have this prefix 10.1.2.0, 3.0 and 4.0. This is 3.0 and this is 4.0. Just enable BGP. Redistribution not required. Neighbor, yes, I need to add some neighbor command. Neighbor is going to be, and see, neighbor will be also not global, it is going to be device specific. So neighbor address, BGP neighbor address, okay, device specific. Remote AS is also going to be device specific. Neighbor no shut, and under advanced option, what is here? Okay, hold on time, leave it on default. Just save it. Now go to device template and edit your template. Go to transport VPN 0. Add one interface here first, MPLS interface, and add BGP protocol here. For BGP you have BGP config template, just update it. Update. Now MPLS interface IP address for 7.7.7 or 5.5.5 is going to be what? For 5.5.5, 10.1.2. MPLS interface IP address 10.1.2.1/24, 10.1.3.1/24 and 10.1.4.1/24. Then BGP ES number, BGP neighbor IP address 10.1.2.2. Here it is going to be 3, sorry. 10.1.3.2, 10.1.2.2 and 10.1.4.2. This is MPLS interface IP address. Remote AS 500. On the MPLS router I will configure BGPS number 500. Rest all the things are already filled. Just say next and configure device. Confirm and OK. It is pushing the configuration. Till then let me configure MPLS router. Enable config D, host name MPLS and interface G0/0, no shutdown, IP address 10.1.2.1.2. I'm configuring .2 on ISP router, means MPLS router, and .1 on my vanished devices. Then interface G0/1, IP address 10.1.2.2 and NoSut interface G0/2 IP address 10.1.3.1 NoSut interface G0/3 IP address 10.1.4.2 NoSut. That's it. Router BGPS number 500, neighbor 10.1.2.1 and remote AS. Oh my god, I missed one thing right in the configuration. I did not define the BGP AS number. On VS2 admin so run VPN 0. Now in VPN 0 you have two interface and router BGPS number 500. Okay, so I have configured BGPS number 500 on all the router. Okay, no problem, 500 will also work. Go to MPLS router and just say remote AS 500, neighbor 10.1.3.1 remote AS 500, neighbor 10.1.4.1 remote AS 500. Now you can see BGP neighborship is up between managed devices and MPLS router. Here I can advertise these prefixes. Ten dot 1.2.0 mask 255.255.255.0 10.1.3.0 and 10.1.4.0 10.1.1.0. But how it will be reachable from the controllers through MPLS, right? Here I have to connect the link between MPLS router and DC switch. There should be one link. Do one thing here, just add one link for reachability. Okay, on MPLS router I have to increase the interface. Just a minute. 6. And here my subnet is, let's suppose 10.1.5.0 10.1.5.0/24. Done. Now it is going to work. Go to MPLS router again. And on DC switch also I have to configure this link and BGP config T interface G1/2 no switch port and IP address 110.1.5.1 255.255.255.0 exit router BGPS number 100 neighbor 10.1.5.2 and remote AS 500. Go to MPLS router and let me configure this link. Interface G0/4 no shutdown IP address 10.1.5.2 255.255.255.0 exit router BGPS number 500 and neighbor 10.1.5.1 remote AS. On the DC switch what is
100.
my
100.
100. Right now I will have BGP session between DC switch and MPLS router as well. So IP BGP summary, neighbor is idle, ping, now neighbor is up and so IP route BGP. So you can see we are receiving these all prefixes through BGP routing protocol. Now these my branch WAN edge devices can reach to controller through MPLS as well. Go to VS2 and ping 100.1.1.1 from source interface G0/2 source GE0/2, and you can see ping is working, right? Ping is working. But on anyways on 5.5.5, if you will check the routing table, refresh it, you can see there is no any change in routing table. Let me refresh this page. Filter, show me the routing table of VPN 1. You can see no any change in routing table even in the T-lock, or you can check the BFD session. We don't have BFD session. Our MPLS. BFD session, no filter. See, we don't have any BFD session over MPLS transport. We have BFD only over internet because of my policy, right? Connectivity is there, guys. There is no any issue with connectivity. On VS1 also I can configure BGP to receive these prefixes. Let me access VS1 and see through CLI also how you will configure BGP. Through template you have seen. Configure VPN 0 interface G0/2, no shutdown, IP address 10.1.1.1/24, and tunnel interface, color MPLS, restrict, and encapsulation IPsec allow service all, allow service netconf, and I need to enable BGP protocol. Commit, exit, router BGP AS number 100 and neighbor 10.1.1.1, remote AS 500 and commit. What happened? Okay, neighbor command is incorrect. You can see neighbor IP address is incorrect. This is local IP address. Neighbor IP is going to be 10.2. Yes.
Yeah.
And now commit. Now I am expecting BGP neighbor here. What happened? VPN 0 router BGPS number 100 neighbor. Here remote is not specified. Remote is not specified. Remote router BGPS number 100. Neighbor 10.2 remote ES 500. Do so run VPN 0. No, we don't have any configuration here in VPN 0. What happened? VPN 0 router BGP 100 neighbor 10.1.1.2 and remote ES 500 and commit. Done. Now here also we will have BGP session. Now guys, if I will deactivate my policy, then see the default behavior. If policy is activated, then MPLS transport is not working, because in the policy you have only allow internet transport.
Internet traffic.
Yes. One 192.168.1.8. Go to policy, and for now just I am going to deactivate this policy. After deactivating this policy, VH2 will have how many IPsec? With each and every VHS? 2. One over internet and one over
MPLS.
MPLS. One over internet, one over MPLS. Policy is okay, deactivated. Now I am going to refresh this page. No filter. Now you can see still on VS2 I have BFD with all other vanished devices over only one transport. Which transport? Internet transport.
Internet.
Why? We have to troubleshoot it. What happened with MPLS transport? Go to, let's say, VS2 and so BFD session. We have only this BFD session ping 100.1.1.1 and source G0/2. Ping is working. No issue with ping. On DC switch. So IP route BGP when it is receiving the route. Okay. Router BGP S number 100 and network 100.1.1.0 mask 255.255.255.0. Control connection.
Sir, I don't think you committed the changes on switch.
On the switch, no need to commit.
So running and startup config will react based on that change. That's what you're saying.
No, like on the vanished devices here on VHS, we have to commit, then only configuration will apply. On the switch,
And
no need to commit. If you want to save the configuration, definitely in the startup configuration, we have to save. Otherwise, if switch will goes down, automatically you will lose
we
the
will lose our
configuration.
connection.
Yes.
Yep.
So, still we have one control connection only over internet. We manage admin ping 10.1.2.1. Yeah, reachability is there. No issue with reachability. Policy is deactivated. So run VPN 0 G0/2. vbound is received. Just a minute. Let me see on VS1. It is going to reachable through MPLS like this, and ping 100.100.1 source G0/2. Okay, so control connection. VS1 has see control connection over internet, biz internet, as well as with VSmart and vManage. It has only one control connection, but with vbound it has control connection over MPLS as well. There is some issue on the MPLS transport, or we can do one thing. It is only advertising one T-lock, right? Mm, 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 mm.
Do we really need two connections from MPLS to data centers, one to VH and one to switch?
Sorry?
I mean, MPLS is having two connections, one to VH, one and the switch.
No problem. Let me turn it off once. Just rebooting the device once.
Just for curiosity, sir, is there anything to do with the policy that you disabled? Do we have any underlying variable there that is causing the problem?
A policy is deactivated, so it will not cause any issue. Policy is deactivated, no? Policy is not activated.
Yes, yes, yes. Do we
Okay.
have any dependent variable in that policy that is causing the problem?
No, no, if policy is deactivated, doesn't matter what is inside that. That is not active,
Okay,
na?
okay.
Let me see one more thing here. So run VPN 0. Our MPLS is not working, right? We definitely did some mistake somewhere. Mm,
Sir, on data center switch, do you think we have ACE number got flipped?
yes, number is 100 over here.
Yes, 500 is there.
500 is there. No, no, it will also not get even here on VH2. We can verify that. Check the BGP routing table. So IP route BGP. See, this prefix is coming.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Mm, Let me think, just wait. Interface GE0/0 shutdown. We want
Can you run show control connections history? Let me show you what's there. Hyphen history. Control. No, control connections hyphen Go back without space.
Huh?
Without space,
Control
current
connection
connection
dash history.
hyphen history. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Go down. Go all the way down.
All the way.
All the way down. Down, down, down. Space bar. You can use space bar. Yeah. It will show you an error here. Local color. So MPLS is your local color. Okay. Decon fail. What is that decon fail? Can you go up and see what's that meaning of that decon fail? ETLS
DTLS is not coming
connections
up.
failure.
No, just that.
No, that's the one. Decon DTLS connections failure. So through MPLS, it says DTLS connection failure.
These are the error codes that tells you what error is you seeing, and we refer to that one based on that. PH1.
State. Mm-mm.
Is it possible to have a mismatch in the template, fit device template? I'm not sure. That's the only thing. I did not check.
Let me see. It should not happen like this. So Let's do one thing.